If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 3 of the Inter Milan career mode. Now, you guys have been giving me plenty of suggestions over the first 2 episodes. We had obviously an introduction episode where we showed you what we currently have, and then yesterday there was a transfer targets episode where I kind of outlined players that I personally was targeting, and actually, comparing that particular transfer targets list to the mentions in the comments, a lot of the players actually seem to cross over, so we seem to kind of have similar transfer targets, which is good. It means that we're, kind of on the same page when it comes to the direction of the team and where we want to take it. So hopefully we can pick up some of the players that you were wanting in today's episode, if not in the future episodes. As you can see, we're I'm not really going to commentate directly on each individual transfer or each individual highlight, because there's so many different cuts in this episode, because of course we're going for so many different players. But as you saw previously, we are trying to work out a deal for Hernandez to leave the club. Initially I wasn't really too keen on letting him go, but I think if Mateo Kovacic hadn't had his upgrade in the winter upgrades, I would have kept Hernandez and played him over Mateo Kovacic. But because Mateo had the upgrade and he's such a good base player already, I am willing to let Hernandez go. And the extra money we could raise from that could really help us improve the entire rest of the squad. So that's the plan. We were looking at right backs. Gregory van der Wiel was a name that cropped up multiple times in the comments, so I've added him to my potential targets. Cavanda actually was a player that I was interested in myself, and actually a few people mentioned in the comments as well. So it's nice to see that, because I actually hadn't ever seen him recommended by anyone previously, and I, like I said in yesterday's video, I found him whilst looking for an upgrade for my FIFA 15 online career mode series, and actually a couple of you mentioned him in the transfer targets episode. Another player that I was looking at and was frequently mentioned in the comment section was Alvarez Balanta as well, so we're going to look to try and bring him in. Obviously, like we said yesterday, we're looking to replace what we've already got rather than add to it, because we've got a large number of players at the club already. So it's a case of selling people on to bring people in, or using people as make weight for either way deals, kind of players plus cash, rather than just, improving on the numbers we've got here. We've already got the depth, we just need to improve the quality and depth. Rejecting the offer for Samir Handanovic, obviously going to be our number 1 goalkeeper, one of the best keeps on the game, and he's definitely staying. Another player that cropped up in the comment section quite frequently, and was obviously in my transfer targets episode as well, was Felipe Anderson at Lazio. Obviously he's only 21 years of age and already 78 rated, and an extremely exciting prospect. So they kind of want a lot of money at Lazio. I've offered them 12 million plus Kamara there, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, Paulo Dybala is another player that was highly recommended by you guys, and also I was keen on perhaps looking into as well. We had a look at Lacazette as well, but he's very, very popular on YouTube, so I'm going to kind of cool my interest on him and try and bring in Dybala if I possibly can. Obviously, he's quite popular. He's quite popular on YouTube as well, but not quite so much as Alexander Lacazette. So we'll call off on the Frenchman and go for the Argentinian. But we're looking to bring in another Argentinian, a centre-back. Matteo Musacchio is a player it's between him and Alvarez, who I'm thinking about bringing in at centre-back. It depends what deals we can get done. Now, obviously, Pedro Cavanda is another player we're looking to bring in at right-back, one that we've previously mentioned in this episode. I'm going for him over Kyle Walker, just because to kind of try and keep it a little bit more realistic, obviously signing players from within Italy, so that's slightly more realistic than it would be going for Kyle Walker, who I really don't think Tottenham would let go, especially to a side like Inter Milan anyway. But we're still trying to work out a deal for Eder Alvarez Balanta, and we'll have to wait and see if we can actually get something done for him. We are going to get 9.5 million of the 11 made from the sale of Fernandes to Fiorentina to go into the transfer kitty, and the player plus cash deals seem to be working so far. As you can see, we're offering £11 million plus Belech now for Dybala, and they seem to be keen on the play that we've offered it in that one, and they seem to be keen at Lazio for Felipe Anderson and Belech as well, but they want a load of money. They want 25 million for him, plus Kamara. I'm really not sure I want to, want to part with that amount of money just for one player at this stage of the career mode, so we'll see if we can get him a little bit cheaper. Lazio weren't interested in the swap deal player for this particular one, but hopefully they'll accept the offer now for Cavander. He does actually look like quite a promising player, and I'm surprised that nobody else, or nobody else to my knowledge at least, has even looked at him for career mode previously. I've not seen anyone else pick him up, but he's really, really good. Like 78 stand tackle, and he's got pace and acceleration in the 90s, and he's got decent strength as well and decent passing. So it is surprising that nobody really tends to go for him. Maybe if they go for Italian right backs or Italian league right backs, everyone kind of just gravitates towards De Sciglio. So it's nice to actually pick up someone, or hopefully pick up someone that is a little bit different. Still trying to work out a deal for Felipe Anderson. Now I'm going to offer 20 plus camera. I'm really starting to get to the top end of what I'm willing to pay for him now. But as you can see, still trying to work out a deal for Dybala as well. They are definitely keen on Belic. So if we can offer 13 perhaps in this particular transaction and see if they accept that one. I was told that you kind of have to go up to around about the 14-15 million pound mark to get it accepted for him. So we're still trying to find out a player that Lazio want in return for Cavander plus some cash. We're going to try Danilo D'Ambrosio. He's a player that's also a wing-back, but he's a little bit older than Cavander. And obviously we've got Davide Santon as well at the club, so we can use him as a wing-back. We also have Nakatomo and Jonathan, so obviously we'll have plenty of numbers in those positions if we bring Cavander in. So again, it's a case of replacing what we've got rather than adding to it. So if we swap a right-back for a left-back, that kind of goes along with that particular philosophy, doesn't it? We've had the offer accepted for Balanta, as you can see, offering him a contract. Squad rotation player is what I'd like him to accept, because obviously we do have quite a few decent centre-backs at the club already, and a good prospect in Juan Jesus as well. So I don't want to guarantee Balanta too much footballing, have him become unhappy at the club, because I do want to make sure that Ranocchia, at least I get a chance to try him out. And obviously we've got Nemanja Vidic, not Matic, as I mistakenly said on autopilot in the first episode. So we obviously want to make sure that everybody stays happy. And again, I was having the same sort of kind of conundrum in my head here with Cavander, but I offered him squad rotation, and hopefully he'll accept that as well, and it will help keep him happy with the rotation of the squad. Because you guys know I like to rotate my squad, especially with all the competitions that will be involved in here at Inter, the Coppa Italia and the Europa League and Serie A. And we've obviously had the offer accepted for Dybala as well, and the contract offer was accepted for Alvarez Balanta. So 8.5 million plus Kuzmanovic is the bid accepted. So we've lost another centre mid. That's 2 CMs down now, with Fernandes leaving as well. And I was tempted to counter offer this offer for Ranocchia as well, but I'll leave it for now. I want to see how he plays in game before I make a decision on him, because I know he's quite popular at Inter in real life, so we'll try and make sure that we give him a fair crack of the whip. But Dybala is coming in as well. £13 million plus. Belic, the goalkeeper. Palermo parting with a young prospect, and he's coming on his way to Inter Milan. So we're also bringing in Cavander as well. D'Ambrosio plus £6 million. So 3 really good signings, really promising signings for us in today's episode. I'm really pleased with how the squad is coming together. I am thinking about, as you see me having a fiddle with the budget so you can see what we've got left, thinking about maybe bringing in a centre mid next, rather than perhaps a wide player, because I can always play Palacio out wide. He did used to play out wide at his previous club. I think it was at Genoa, was it? Before he was at Inter. It may have been Genoa. It may have been Bologna, but I think it was Genoa. I'm not entirely too sure, and I'm sure you guys will correct me in the comments. But in the next episode tomorrow, we'll have 2 friendlies against Bayer Leverkusen and Hull, as well as hopefully some more transfer action. And like I say, I'm going to try and prioritise a centre mid rather than a wide player, because we do have players we can play out wide, like Shaqiri and Palacio, etc. So we've got Kovacic, Gary Medel and Freddie Guarin really at the minute. We've got Brezovic, who's the youngster we could maybe draft in, and there are a couple of other youngsters in the side, but I'm trying to get them out on loan. We haven't, as of yet, had much interest in our loan players. And like I say, when it comes to wide players, we've got players like Nakatomo and Podolski as well that can play out wide. So maybe looking for a centre mid. But I think the squad looks quite strong as is right now. Obviously, we've got plenty of depth. So we've got players in positions, or plenty of players in each position. So I'm quite comfortable with where the squad is right now. I may even wait until January before I improve again. But I think I might want to look at a centre mid. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, I want to try and get as many of the youngsters out on loan as well to help them improve. And we may get a shock transfer bid for a player that I'd be, comfortable in leaving, or at least give some serious thought into letting leave. So we'll have to wait and see what happens over the next few episodes. But that is today's coming to an end. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. If we could hit close to 400 or 500 again, that'd be absolutely epic. You guys have shown this series some fantastic support so far. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed. There there was a FIFA 15 online career mode video went up yesterday. It was match day 2 versus Full Metal Zoe, so check that out if you missed it. Looking for your suggestions when it comes to the upgrade player in that particular episode. But of course, we'll have a My Player later on tonight, and I'll be streaming Football Manager tonight as well. So check the channel page for anything you may have missed. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check all of the links in the description down below to my Twitter, to my Twitch, to my Facebook, Instagram, etc., and to G2A. And I will see you next time.